Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles and Happy New Year to everyone. Today's video is going to be about New Year's resolutions or goals for businesses, some things that I'm going to incorporate in my business and in my lifestyle, and some ideas for you as well. If you do think this video would be useful for you, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Make sure to click the subscribe button and let's get right into the video. So before I even get into the video, let me first say this, that you guys, we don't need to wait for a new year to change habits. We really don't need to wait for New Year's Eve to become the better version of us. You know, you can decide to change. I can decide to change whenever we feel like it. So I don't want you to think that just because it's a new year, you have to implement something new. If you've been doing the right behaviors, then kudos to you. I feel like there's always opportunity to become better. There's always opportunity to learn more. And so I think it's just a really good marking place in a lot of people's areas to say, you know, this is what I did the last 12 months and this is what I'm going to try to do this 12 months. So you don't have to necessarily wait into New Year's to start incorporating better lifestyle changes. So with that being said, the first thing that I want to go over is weekly strategic planning. This is something that I'm going to definitely continue to do. I've been doing it, but I want to definitely, like I said, keep doing it and just become better at it. So weekly strategic planning is just like what it sounds, making sure that every week I kind of go back to the board. That doesn't mean that I'm changing all of my policies every week. That doesn't mean that I'm changing anything every week. I just want to make sure that I go back to the board, take a look at everything, just sit back and make sure that everything is running how I want it to run. You know, a lot of times with businesses, with any activity, if you're not really spending quality time with it, then some things can get lost. Some things can go under the bridge. Some things may not be working as smoothly as you want them to work. So if you have goals, you know, like my goal is to have this much every month in revenue. You have to find a way, a roadmap, a plan to make sure that happens. It's great to say what you plan on doing, but you also have to have that step-by-step plan in order to see the results. So I put at the top of my list weekly strategic planning. So just making sure that every week you can pick any day of the week. Typically my day is Sunday. I go in there in my office or go in your alone space, look at your orders, look at your analytics, look at how everything's doing with your social media, how your packaging is looking. I mean, just go back through everything and make sure that everything is running efficiently. Time like this, when I really get, you know, dedicated time to reflect back on my business, I come up with great ideas. I have things that just pop into my mind. And, you know, I come up with a lot of new policies and different ways of running the business, even if it's not externally for customers, even if it's something just on the back end. Okay, this is a better way for me to do this, or this is something that I need to do, you know, just going back and actually figuring out where I'm at and where I need to go, creating plans and following through with them. So that's the first thing, weekly strategic planning. The second thing that I'm going to continue to focus on is separate finances. So if you are just starting a business, if you've been in your business for a while, then you more than likely you already have separate accounts for your business money. But if you don't, then you want to make sure that you do that. Even if you're not really getting that much money at this point, you're like, you know what? It's no point of me getting a separate business account. You want to really do that because my last video, I talked about getting business loans and things like that. There may come a time where you have to show an institution or you have to show, you know, even when you file your taxes, there may come a time where you actually may need that information on paper, how much money you're actually receiving into your business. And then also you want to make sure that you keep your finances separate. A key point in advancing in your business is saving, is being very smart with your finances. So you don't want your hair money to get mixed in with your grocery money, or your hair money to get mixed in with your spending money, you know? You want to make sure that they're separate. Even though you're getting money in, you still want to keep, like I said, those separate so that you can focus on, you know, this money is just to go back into driving more success for your business. Like I say in a lot of videos, you know, it does take a little bit of money to make money. And so the more money that you can set aside and keep separate from your household needs or household spending, the better. So if you don't have a business account and you are a business, I strongly recommend opening a separate account. So if you need inventory, you know, you can go in that little stash and get more money out. If you need to advertise, I got a comment on one of my videos, I think a few days ago, just asking, you know, how do I advertise? How do I sell hair without having oodles of Instagram followers? And there's so many ways, but you have to make sure that you're ready to partake in those ways when the opportunities come. So someone may want you to be on the radio show, but a lot of times, I mean, radios are businesses too. So a lot of times you'll pay to be on the radio. you'll pay to have an interview with someone. And so you want to make sure that you have money set aside to do that. Even for magazines, you may have to pay to get into a magazine, or you may have to pay for like Instagram ads or Facebook ads. But advertising, marketing, 99.9% of the time it costs money. So having just money set aside separate from your traditional, your daily spending is going to be very, very imperative for your business. Marketing is a huge part of any successful business. So having that money on hand available when opportunity arises is just going to make your business grow even more seamlessly. So also along that topic, I don't know if a lot of people talk about this or not, but because you are working toward becoming your own boss and your own business, you want to make sure that you're also saving money for your health insurance and your medical expenses, because when you work a 9-to-5, a lot of employers supply that. They provide you with medical insurance. They supply you with, they take money out of your check each week. But if you're owning your own business, you pay yourself. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that you're also saving money for your health insurance, so that if anything arises, it doesn't even have to be anything serious, but like for your glasses, eye exams, dental insurance, just regular checkups, you want to make sure that you have money set aside so that you can pay for your insurance. Because one day when you're not actually working your 9-to-5, or if you're not working your 9-to-5 now and you have a business, you know exactly what I mean, you're going to have to pay for the medical expenses out of pocket. Another thing that you want to also be conscious of is your retirement. So like, again, with the 9-to-5 job, then, you're typically, the employer takes 401 benefits out of each check, or your IRA benefits out of each check. But if you're working for yourself, that's something that you have to be conscious of. You have to be conscious of, what am I going to do? When do I plan to retire? How much money do I want in my retirement accounts? So just having a separate account for your business is not only going to help you with like marketing and different inventory and branding options, but it's also going to help you secure yourself for your future. So make sure if you don't have a separate business account, like I said, it doesn't have to necessarily have your business name on it, just a separate account where you can start planning for the future. I would definitely recommend doing that. Another goal of mine that I'm going to continue to do and get better at is organization. So I want to make sure that I'm more organized. That means for me, I'm going to go out and purchase more file folders so that I can actually have certain files, in certain places, and I know where they're at. So this will be really, really helpful when it comes to taxes. I actually know, okay, here are my receipts. Here is, my job shipper's information. Here's my wholesaler's information. Here are my typical orders information, just everything on file. Because me personally, I like to keep a paper trail via email. I also like to write things down. I like to print things off. And I also like to have a separate file on my computer with information. So I like to keep all of that just handy. So I want to make sure that is continued to be, organized, and just find better ways to keep myself organized. When I say I like to keep my information, if I'm working with a certain drop shipper, and I do have certain drop shippers that want like certain things mailed to their clients, I have to keep record of that. And so it just makes more sense to go in and say, okay, this person has paid their drop shipping membership for this quarter, this person has not, you know what I mean? So just going back through and seeing, having like a clear, precise record book of everything that I need to keep track of. And then also making sure that you purchase a planner. I know a lot of us, you put our information and our events in our phones, but just me personally, I like having a planner just so I can see it. Sometimes, you might lose your phone may go dead. Things can erase off your phone. So just having that extra piece of protection, or just of record keeping is very key to me staying organized. You never know, you may have a meeting, a phone call, a conference call, you don't want to miss it. So I put not only the events in my calendar and on my phone, but I also like to write the events in a planner. So I'm definitely going to continue to purchase different planners and just keep like a pocket planner on me, because it works good for me, and I suggest you guys try it as well if you don't already. Another thing that I want to go over is donate, give back. So this year I really want to focus on giving back. I really want to find a charity that really tugs at my heart, and a charity that I really want to, give back to. And it doesn't have to be something that I tell everyone, or, take pictures with checks or anything like that, because I truly want to do it from my heart. I'm not really doing it to be praised by anyone, or, to get anything back from it. I really just want to just start giving back. So I'm going to be researching different charities, different events that I can really give back to. And I'm really going to focus on that this year. So not only growing my business, not only taking care of my family and the people that work with me, but also taking care of those who can't really take care of themselves. So I want to really make that one of my main focuses this year. So donating and giving back is really important for me. Also, strategic marketing. And what I mean by that is I typically already do strategic marketing, but I'm going to continue to do it through this year. And strategic marketing is just making sure that you continue to promote, advertise your business, but you do it in a way that makes sense and that's really strategic. So when you post on Instagram, finding out, and I need to be better at this too, because I'm really not that into social media. You know, to have a business, you kind of, I don't want to say you have to be, but it definitely helps. But I haven't gotten the niche of it yet. So it's not something that I'm just like, I don't love social media, like posting pictures and things like that. But I am going to try to figure out more so the art of posting certain pictures, editing pictures, figuring out what the best time is to post, what states I'm targeting, you know, the hashtags and things like that. So strategic marketing. Also finding out, you know, a lot of my customers are in California. A lot of my customers are in Chicago. So trying to find some events that are in those areas just so I can continue to promote Bachelor Care and, you know, kind of get closer to those customers as well. So, you know, making sure that I can find any events, and I would suggest you do the same, you know, if they're having pop-up events in your community, or if they're having like get-togethers, or you don't have to go to every single event, but just making sure that you actively get your business out there by incorporating the community. Advertising on social media is great. You know, I'll be the first one to say that it works for me, but also actually getting out and networking works tremendously. It works amazing. So definitely try to put yourself out there this year. I know I am, like I mentioned, just take advantage of all the resources that you have. The last thing, but certainly not least, is prayer. So I know a lot of you are like, oh, here she goes. But seriously, you guys, you know, a lot of things we can't change, a lot of things we can't see. You know, I pray for everything in my life, including my business. My business is not exempt from prayer. I want to make sure that I'm not only doing what I feel my purpose is, but what actually God ordained my purpose to be. And I want to make sure that I'm doing everything, and I want to make sure that I'm doing the best thing, you know, because sometimes you don't know what the best move for your business is. And instead of relying on my own judgment and what I think I should do, I really want to start practicing praying to God more and just leaning onto his understanding more, and understanding that even if something doesn't go well in your life or in your business, that's not a time to stop praying. Even if, you know, you're having a bad day, there's still something to be grateful for. And just learning to really trust God with not only my personal life, but with my business as well. Because once you understand that he has the best interest in your life, you know, you really want to work toward doing the best that you can do. And you really want to work toward becoming as close as you can with God and building a relationship. So like I said, I want my business to be centered around that as well. I want to make sure that my business is fair. I want to make sure that I'm treating everyone right, that I'm giving good service, and who better to stay accountable with than God, you know? So I want God to continue to bless me and my business, and to continue to look over me. And not just me, but I know a lot of people say, you know, and I've even made videos about people not supporting you and things that you should do. And, you know, instead of just cutting them off and just being like, deuces, you know, for me, I'm really going to start praying for people that I feel don't support me, and people that I feel don't really get my mission, because a lot of people may not support you because they truly don't get it, you know, and you can't change everyone's mind. Your job is not to change everyone's mind or heart. So I'm going to leave that up to God, and I'm just going to keep everyone in prayer, instead of just saying, you know, if you ain't with it, then you out the door. If you ain't rolling with me, then bye to you. You know, not saying anything like that. I'm not saying that you have to keep everyone in your personal life either. Only you know what you feel is best for you at that moment. Only you and God know that. But all I'm saying is, you know, I don't want to have that type of mentality. And especially this year, I really want to make sure that I'm loving those, even if you don't love me. And you don't have to love someone, like I was just saying, from a close distance. If it's not best for you, or if it's not healthy, you can definitely love people from afar. But I really want to make sure that I'm keeping those people in prayer, and praying for their success as well. You know, praying that there's no jealous spirits, that there's no envy in friendships, that there's no hatred in anyone's heart, that we all truly will have a better heart at wanting to see our sisters and brothers succeed. So I hope that really helps you guys. That's pretty much the list that I'm going to be focused on. So like I said, I'll just recap weekly strategic planning. Make sure that you have separate financial accounts. Be organized, donate, give back, strategic marketing, and pray. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. I would love to hear about your resolutions or your goals for 2019 and your thoughts. So if you want to share, feel free to leave them below as well. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.